Something that I think is kind of funny, more so just to annoy people, is whenever I watch a movie that's very much not supposed to be the first one you watch in a series. For example, the first Rocky movie that I saw was Creed 3. The first Star Wars movie that I saw was The Last Jedi. And for this particular series, the first Strangers movie that I saw was Strangers Chapter 3. But even with that, I feel like I'm not missing out on much with this franchise. This is the concluding chapter to essentially a reboot trilogy, and from what I've heard from, well, everybody, all these movies are terrible. So with that, I can't judge if this one's better or worse than the previous two, but I can tell you for certain that this one is garbage. Similar to Return to Silent Hill, this movie only has some merit if you watch it as a so bad it's good movie, but even with that, there are much better options out there. The plot is that there are people out here who call themselves strangers, and they do bad things to people, and they did bad things to this one person, and this one person is like, oh no, you did bad things to me, now I feel bad. And then they mope around for the whole movie, and then it kind of just ends with everybody dead except for one person. It's first and foremost a horror movie, and I do not care for horror movies if their only selling point, the only thing that they're trying to go for, is scares. But it's doubly bad in a case like this where all it's going for is scares, and it can't even succeed at that. All this movie has is some jump scares, which I absolutely hate the jump scares in this movie. It's basically on the same level as any really crappy horror movie that you see, where what you're being jump scared with is not something that's scary, it's just something that's loud. What makes this movie bad, besides the cinematography, the story, the lighting, the score, the pacing, and most other things about it, is that the characters are really, really dumb. Specifically, the main girl that we follow does so many stupid things, even in the first few minutes of the movie, that it's really infuriating. There's a scene where she's about to get away from people and she steals a car, but instead of, focusing on the road, she starts digging in the passenger seats behind her and immediately wrecks. There's a scene where she had the perfect opportunity to basically end the whole story and get rid of the bad guys early, and instead she's like, oh, I don't want to do that. There's a scene that's supposed to be the villain's backstory, and you see the dad and the son's dynamic, and the son has killed somebody, and the dad's like, Timmy, not again, you little goofball. There's so many stupid things that the characters do in this movie, and also stupid things that the movie itself does. There's this team of 3 people who come to this town to rescue this girl, and 2 of them make sense to be there. One is her sister, and the other is her brother-in-law. But they bring this 3rd guy who just happens to be black for no apparent reason, except to have him be the first person that's killed off. There's not really anything redeemable about this movie except for a so bad it's good watch. And again, there's so many better options out there. Overall, I recommend staying away from this one. But hey, that's just what I thought. Feel free to tell me what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.